Hi, I'm Brett Larkin. I post new yoga videos to YouTube every single week, and I'm now posting yoga classes for total yoga beginners every Tuesday. So if you're new to yoga or interested in learning, make sure to like and hit subscribe. So pigeon pose is taught in many yoga practices, and it's actually extremely challenging. It requires a lot of hip flexibility. So traditional pigeon pose looks something like this. I'll do a quick demo. Traditional pigeon pose looks like taking your shin in front of you and sitting in a position that's like this. Now, I feel a hip stretch here. This is challenging for me. Taking the shin more parallel to the mat is going to be even more challenging. I'm not going to do that because I think it can compromise the safety of the knee joint. Point is, this requires a lot. Range of motion in the hip socket, flexibility, extension in the back. So what I suggest for beginners is to take pigeon pose on their back.
Okay.
Exact same pose. So I'll really prove it's the same pose. See how my shin is in this configuration? We're just gonna go, and this is so much safer and a better way to get the stretch. Sometimes this is called fallen pigeon, but it is more effective. Basically, if you do the version of pigeon I just showed, as a beginner, you are just going to risk pulling something, hurting your knee joint. Really, you could really injure your knees. You could pull your groin muscles, and chances are that you're just not doing it with proper alignment if you've never done yoga before, especially if you consider yourself stiff. Do you consider yourself a little stiff? Okay.
Pretty.
So I think we should try the version on your back. What do you think?
Okay, should we demonstrate how far I can get?
Let's see.
Because I don't think I'll get very far at all. And that will show people really how hard it is.
Okay.
So should we give it a go?
Start in downward facing dog, okay?
Okay.
And we have a tutorial on down dog if you guys missed it. That looks more like a plank pose, Murray. All right, there we go. Real down dog. Very nice, very nice. Okay. And now you're gonna step. Why don't you take your right foot forward. Yep, and coming into that shin. Okay. This is good. But as we can see, his back leg's not straight.
There's no way I can't do that.
Yeah. So I mean, you could. Do you feel a hip stretch here?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's kind of doing what I call the pretzel, and it's kind of funny. My husband likes to do this too. It's sort of like a special pigeon version. And again, it's okay because he's feeling a stretch in his hip. But as his teacher, I'm worried about his knee, right? Do you feel pressure on your knee, first of all? Yes or no?
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit. Whether he feels pressure or not, the reality is that knee joint is potentially being compromised, right? Where over time, if he keeps doing this, he could take the knee, right? We want the knee to stay in flexion and extension, not to rotate, right? And in this position,
it's definitely rotating.
It's rotating. And I see a lot of people also kind of I can show it after, but a lot of people who are kind of up and their hips are way off the floor. You don't want to be there either because, again, that's going to put pressure on the knee. So this is as far as you can go, right?
Yeah, I can't go any further.
Okay, so let's try the version on your back now so we can see how that compares. So you're going to lie down on your back, take the soles of your feet to the floor, and just let your head relax for now.
Okay.
All right, perfect. So same idea, same principles. Take your right ankle over your left knee. Now, I see this, beginners at home, I really want you to watch this. When I say take the ankle over the knee, this is what everyone does. I want you to flex the foot, first of all, but I really want you to take the ankle over the knee, right? Do we see that difference? So take it back to where it was.
Yeah.
And now it's really overhanging the knee, and you really flex the foot back, okay?
Okay.
You might feel a hip stretch here already, do you?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is your pigeon pose. Now, This is your pigeon pose because the goal is to feel a stretch on the hip, right?
Yeah.
You can think of your right knee moving away from your face.
Yeah.
Okay, that's going to intensify the stretch. You don't want to force it. You don't want to press it away from the face, but think of it gently moving away from the face. And let's take the other side to show so people can see where they should feel the stretch. Good job taking the ankle all the way over the knee. Good job flexing the foot. So you want to be feeling a stretch here. Is this where you feel it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So he can stay right here. This is a great place to be to increase flexibility in your hips. Just be right here. Think of this knee moving forward and make sure this foot is really truly flexed because that's going to protect the knee joint and that it's really overhanging the knee, right? That it's not kind of like half on. And then what Murray can do if he wants to intensify this is he could put his foot on a block. Does that make it a little more of an intense stretch?
Yeah.
Okay, and then if he really wanted to intensify it, which I don't think he should do because as his teacher I want him to move slowly and open the body slowly, but just to show some of you at home, if you weren't feeling anything in this position, you could do what I showed at the beginning, which is taking his hands and looping it behind the thigh to pull. Now, what just happened is his head left the ground. So I'm going to provide a block because we want his head to be relaxed, right? We don't want him to be in like a mini crunch as he's doing this relaxing hip stretch. How does this feel?
So now I feel it's really tight in the inside of my leg.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I'm feeling a lot of kind of pull up the inside of the leg and this leg. And that's really distracting me from my hips.
And I'd rather we just keep this a hip stretch for you right now. Yeah. And he also lost the flex in the foot.
Yeah.
Right? So he's just going to keep the foot on the ground and just breathe here. Just breathe here for 10 to 15 breaths. You know, do this every day if you can, or 3 times a week. And slowly you're going to see your hip flexibility is going to improve. So if you're new to yoga and you're going to studio classes and they're encouraging you to do that first version of the pigeon, the one that I showed initially, just do it like this on your back instead. You're going to get a great hip stretch. You're really going to stretch the hips instead of straining other parts of the body. You're going to keep the knee in safe, sweet alignment. Just come to lie down on your back. You'll feel so much better. Marie, any other questions about this pose?
No, this feels great to me.
Awesome. We'll see you guys in the next video. Hey, if you like this video, you are going to love my free Pure Beginner Master the Basics yoga class. Not only do I cover the top 10 yoga poses you're most likely to encounter as a beginner, but I give you a downloadable cheat sheet showing you exactly how to do each of these moves so you know you're doing them correctly. Let's banish the fear and confusion of doing it wrong. Let's master the basics together. Go to brettlarkin.com/beginner for your free download and I'll see you on the mat. Namaste.